this comparison. First comparison, and the easiest one, is about which of these troops is cheapest and require the least of this resource, and that's something you can see right away and calculate. And go here to train troops, and click on info and see many stuff about every of these individual troops, and there is some stuff to notice in this information tag. Here is something that we divide the cost, and here for Barbarian training cost is 60 elixir, and we divide it with housing space. Here is just one, so hit points 65, training cost 60, training time 6 seconds, and damage per second 14. And we started with training cost, so 60 elixir just for one Barbarian. And I will compare every troop by just multiplying and filling this army camp with them, just by calculating how much they spend. This elixir is needed for filling up this army camp. And the easiest way, I don't need a calculator, I'm just going here in the quick train, and here just fill all these spaces and read here how costly they are to fully produce. And this is the least price, as you will see now when I list all of these troops. So they have a very low price. Archers, they need 120 elixir and also house one space, so of course they are you can just calculate this cost, and here just for demonstration you just multiply cost by 2, because they also house one space and require double the price for them to train. Next, let's go with goblins first and list them, because they cost the same as these barbarians, so they go on first place in this list that I'm making, and barbarians and them are now in the first place. So how do these giants go? And we see that they're much more expensive to produce than archers, and also more expensive than barbarians and these goblins. And notice that I now compare these troops on level 3, and I have one other troop on level 3, these balloons. So let's see how expensive they are, and we see that these balloons are really expensive. So they go right on the bottom, they're not cost effective. Because these bombers are now on level 2, to make this competition equal, I will now just go and see if upgraded, how much will this how much will per training of these wall breakers cost. And notice that they house two space. So for this calculation I will just multiply this by, let's see by how much, since the new wall breaker on level 3 would cost 2000 elixir and the current one is 1500, so I will need to multiply these numbers of numbers that I get multiplied by 4/3 to get the required number. So let's do that, and I go train troops, quick train, and some of these. So hello everyone that just joined. I just saw on analytics that people, many of you joined this broadcast, and just to make a pause and say hello to every one of you from all over the world. I'm broadcasting this from Belgrade, Serbia, live, and I'm enabled chat window next to this broadcast window, so you can type anything you like. And if you type the tag for your base, just wait a little bit and I will get back to check your base, just to finish this comparison in this first competition by the comparing prices of these troops. And here for this wall breakers I can see the cost even with level 2 is just too much, and I would need to multiply this to 4/3 to be fair and in comparison with these other troops. So we know that they're on the bottom and balloons are just in front of them, then go these giants and then these archers, and the first place are these barbarians and goblins. So again with these wizards I'm at level 2, and to be fair I will just compare prices of upgraded wizards and this one on level 2. So new upgraded wizard would cost 2,500, and to and the price of the full camps of these wizards need to be multiplied by 5/4, I think. Yes, 5 divided by 4, and let's see how much they cost. So they we see 70,000. So when we multiply by 5 and divide by 4, I will now use a calculator to see how much is that. that is 87,500. So they are more cost cheaper than balloons and wall breakers, so they would be on the 5th place of this comparison rank list for these requirements, and this completes this list that I'm making in the first competition with condition of comparing cost for production full army camp. So once again, complete list would be barbarians and these goblins in the first place, archers on the second, on the third or fourth place if we count this as just one place, or maybe a first and second combined, but these giants follow archers, and then these balloons, then wizards, then balloons, and then these wall breakers. They are just not efficient, they're just too pricey. And that is first category. So I will now get back to chat and see what you people posted, and feel free to just use this chat to post everything you like. Hello Brutes Mega, I will now go to your base. I remember you. I think I know even how your base looks. So let's see that if you didn't replace everything. Yeah, I know. I think I comment that your base is more compact and doesn't have free space. This is like a checkerboard, because every field is circled with walls, and that kind of design I use also. Only difference is that you're too much upgraded and stronger base here with these many walls that you can place all around. And on my next free village template, I will probably make some similar center, like putting this town hall in the middle and important structure like these storages inside, and the second line of defense would be just all defenses all around this center field. That's something that I'm planning to do, but your base really looks nice. Let's see how you stack with trophies. Are you chasing to get to higher league? Yeah, you reach your peak, and congratulations. And keep it up. You're really doing a really great job. Let's see how your second base, this builder's base. You didn't remove these obstacles. When I see people not trimming these trees and stuff, how many builders do you have, man? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You completed with builders, so you probably don't even give a damn about these gems to pick up. But anyway, congratulations on this achievement. Crystal League is really strong, and I see you really advanced bases in that league. So thanks for sharing your base once again, and I'm glad that I see you following this broadcast that I make. It's really nice to have someone who get back regularly to check out my channel and this broadcast, and also interacts in this chat window. I like to see people regularly coming and just saying hello and saying just check out my base and stuff like that. So thanks for being active also, and for sharing your achievements with the world. This is shown for everyone, and as I see in my analytics for this channel, people from all over the world come to this broadcast to see. And hello, that dude. I will now check out your base. And let's see if we are friends. I will now send you also friend request. You don't have to accept it, of course, just something you can feel free to accept and make connections with me on this game. I can see that you're basically in the same level as I am with these troops, and level of this. Probably we are the same strength and something. Let's see, did you get this achievement? You didn't achieve this 1250. That is something I would recommend, you know, that maybe focus on this achievement now, and that's to be your priority number one. And if you don't know how to get these trophies the easiest way, I talked about that in my previous broadcast. But anyway, here is again just to say about that sweet victory achievement that is very important for people when they reach around 1000 trophies, and they will probably aim for this. The easiest way to get to this is just pick out those bases on multiplayer attacks where you can destroy village town hall, that center building that will of course give you 1 star and victory. And don't bother just searching for the base that will give you 3 stars. Just search something that will give you at least 50% or town hall. The way I did it, the way that I achieved 1250, I will now show you. You see that I achieved that number, also achievement done. I just aimed for those bases that have clear town hall, meaning that as you can see I'm making archers, many archers, and if this town hall is very close to the outer wall, then I just circle around archers, and they will of course destroy this town hall. So just don't just click on the first few of these multiplayer find match buttons, but be persistent. Use a few minutes, up to 5 minutes. Sometimes you need to skip 20 offered opponents to find the easiest one that you can destroy, at least for some trophies. And when you do and you follow that strategy, don't just rush on the first few opponents to attack. Just take your time. This is really low cost. It costs 250 these gold coins, that, and you will have probably many of these gold coins, so don't mind to spend 20 times this amount to just find the easiest opponent, and that will give you 450 gems, and those gems will get you builders, and builders will strengthen your army. So I hope I helped you, and thanks again for sharing your your profile and your base. Anyway, I also posted in the title of this video that I'm doing also daily activity, so I'm just completing everything that I have, like picking up these resources and checking out challenges and clan wars and stuff like that, seeing attack log and something like that. Thanks for inviting me in clans, people. I am already in some clan that I like, and if in some time I decide to change the clan, I will gladly accept some of these offers. So thanks for inviting me. But you can also just connect with me, send me friend requests here. This is my profile, this is the number, then you can find me. And on any social media and on the internet, if you search this username, this Mirsis91 as a user on every platform, you can send me message and friend request or whatever to just connect if you like to connect. I will gladly discuss anything you want about any topic. And I started this YouTube channel recently, and searching for various stuff that I would post in my videos, and something that people would find useful, not just make videos to spend time and to hook up people to just follow my channel and stuff like that. And also note to people that ask for subs and stuff like that, I would say that's just too much waste of time, because you need many subs to just make any difference in YouTube community, to make your channel to stick out in some category, and that your videos be up in the ladder for views and offering as offered videos for and recommendation next to videos that people usually watch and stuff like that. Just make sure that you do something that you like playing games, and when you play games, just make a broadcast of your activity, and when people come and send you any message and stuff like that, you just enter in discussion and try to help and offer some support, or invite people in your circles, in your clan, for example. This is the clan that I'm in. I'm not the leader of my clan, but I can invite people here, and you can also find this tag of the clan. It's Kingstar Clan, and you can join here, and we can go together to clan wars, and I will send you troops, something that I can't produce. I will gladly send you anything I can spare. And I'm daily active, about an hour or 2 hours in these games, so whenever I make a broadcast, I'm usually playing this game, and I'm broadcasting my play. So if you see me broadcasting and making this live, you can just get to the game, and we can play together, and I can send you these reinforcements, and you can regularly attack with those reinforcements and make progress with these trophies and stuff like that. I recommend people that are lower levels, just starting this game, to join this clan, because you will probably need troops that are powerful, and the only thing that I can send you are these available for me that I unlocked. I don't send many of these wizards, because these wizards are just too costly for me to produce, but sometimes if you ask, I will gladly send you, if none of my teammates send in recent time, and I will try to help you, no problem. This is just the game. I enjoy this game also using to help people, because people just like when someone supports them in any way. Anyway, I will now get back to topic of this broadcast. As I made title, comparing and ranking first 7 troops, and those 7 troops are the ones that I unlocked, and that's why I'm reviewing them, because I had experience with in usage of every one of them, and I was also using one type army of each of these, and I also use mixed type armies of many of these kind of troops. So the thing that I'm use as criteria for comparison are something that you can find in info for every of these troops. First, category training cost, and these barbarians are in the first place after this first comparison. And something that will probably be the most important thing is production time. So when you play regularly, you will probably want an army that will be fast produced, and I can tell you right away, if you want a low-cost army that is fast to produce, look no further. These barbarians are just the thing that you want. They are probably not too fast, but the stuff that make them really useful is that they have hit points enough for them to resist those mortars that usually destroy these ground troops really easily. But if you upgrade these barbarians to highest level you can in research lab, you can just use this horde of barbarians and make stable number of trophies that will provide you some income, and just go through game by producing just nothing else, just barbarians, and finding a village that has resources enough in display that these barbarians can easily pick up, and they will slowly progress and attack every structure in the base, so we'll pick up those percentage that you need. The thing that make these barbarians the biggest threat are area splash defenses, of course, like mortars and wizard towers. So make sure when you use these barbarians in attacks to avoid those stuff, those defenses, and you will be fine. So what are second quickest army to produce? And let's go again with this order. Here we can see the training time for this individual archer is 8 seconds, so they will come in the second place, and these goblins training time is 9 seconds, so they come in third place. So in the leaderboard, these barbarians are now right on the top. Second place would be probably these goblins, as they cost the same as these barbarians, and they don't spend too much time more than barbarians to produce. So but in the end you will see that these goblins, even though they started as right on the top of the list, they're not quite useful in all. Probably you would want them for resource picking, and that category would come later in this broadcast analysis. and the thing that will be on right on the top will probably be archers and these giants. And why I know that is you can see that this is the army that I produce, and the army that I'm stick to from start, from early stages of this game, and they gave the best result. These giants will go towards defenses, and those areas splash defense will focus on them and make cover for these archers to destroy and pick percentage. So now just go and spend this army that I produced on battle and continue after that on analysis of this topic, of this title of this video. So should I tag this base? It looks it has plenty of these resources, but no, I'm gonna go for some base that has more than 100,000 of this, and you can see that I don't spare this gold to try to find another opponent. Doesn't have to be this one or that one. I'm just set my goal to find 100k, 100,000 resources and more. So let's go ahead and just skip. I'll probably have 3 stars if I attack this base, but I won't do that. I'm just gonna skip this, and the goal that I set is just resources, nothing else. I don't care if even for these trophies and stuff, really. Well, this base looks really tempting to attack because of this 200,000 number. Really nice number, but is it doable? You're gonna need to find out somehow. At least I got 1 star, and I think at least 100,000 each of these resources picked up. So since I don't have any more of these armies on field, yes, this was really successful. And you can see on this example I got more than 100,000 of this gold, and what is 250 gold coins compared to this? Just nothing. You don't have to worry to spend 50 times of the 250 coins required for finding an next opponent. Just save save on the long run these resources. Just go spend a few minutes on finding the easiest opponent, or the opponent that will give you much resources in return if you attack him, and you will get either trophies if you got you need trophies to get, or resources, whatever you pick up, or even both. I'm now just producing archers, and the reason is because these archers are the second best army that I realized is for me, because these giants and archers are just in the first place, and these just archers in the second place. So this comparison, mixed army and the strength of full army. Anyway, the second comparison that I do, sorry, but second comparison is training time. So the way to compare training time is the same thing as before. Just fill the camp and see the production time. So let's see how much time do these giants need to be produced. So 18 minutes 40 seconds, and let's see how much goblins need. Goblins need more, so let's compare these giants with archers. So giants and archers are on the second place of this comparison, and you can see that even though giants cost a lot more, the production time is something that says that these giants are something that's useful when you are playing in a continuous time, like spending a few hours on this game and just waiting for army to be produced. And if you make some limit of time that you can spare to wait for army to be produced, if you set to up to 20 minutes as I did, you will find that the best thing to do for such a regular play is to produce giants and archers. So that's why I'm producing, you can see that in my quick train armies, I place this as my number one army, just archers and these giants. So I need the least time for them to be produced. Actually, the least time would be just barbarians, but this don't spend too much time, and they are much more powerful than army of just barbarians. I will also make a pause now and go spend this army that is produced. So I'm now finishing this attack that I decided to be just attack for resources. Let's see how much did I got. I didn't see the big change here in these numbers, so I think I got much more gold than elixir, but at least I got refund for the effort, for this production cost. So while this army is getting prepared, I will continue to speak about topic that I make in the title of this video, and that is about making a comparison of troops that are in the first 7th position in your slots here, and these troops are for lower level players and players that are currently up to level 6 of Town Hall. And I guess these players, they are the most of these players, because I see huge numbers of people around 1000 trophies, and when you're 1000 trophies you will probably use some of these troops to maintain that number of trophies as leveled, and go around some of that number. So as we saw after first two comparison for these 4 troop types, these giants and these archers are on the 2nd place after these barbarians, but barbarians will significantly drop later when we see this damage per second and abilities. So while we look ahead about more comparison, let's go ahead and finish what we started. So comparing production time, training time for this balloon, and we need to also notice that one balloon houses 5 of these spaces, so 1 minute divided by 5 spaces, just to calculate how much time for one space. But the second method, as I'm using, is just produce this, put these balloons in these slots and see the time, and you can see not too much time more than these previous, but if you play regularly, it's on. If you play on continuous time and want to make as much attacks as possible, then this will make problem, because you will need to wait about half an hour for one attack if you make a full army of just balloons, and that will be a problem. So if you, for example, want to play this game up to an hour, then if you have prepared previously one army or 2 armies, then you just have possibility to make a few more attacks, and that's not much. For example, if you just make barbarians all the time of your play, then you will probably attack about 10 times, and attacking 10 times with just barbarians is probably more fun than just waiting some army to be produced. So balloons come after these four first troops, and let's see how these wall breakers. But wall breakers would need to be separate comparison, and the reason is because they are too much separate category for target and purpose of them. You would need to spend these wall breakers just for walls, because that's what they will attack. As you can see, their training time is 20 seconds, and the full army of them needs less time than these balloons, but more than these four. And since they are in separate category and on their own, I would say let's leave them out of this comparison from now on, and compare those troops that will make damage to structure, not just walls. So let's see these wizards. Wizards are probably the base army for high level players, starting for example from Crystal Leagues and upper league. Players on those stages will probably use wizards as their weakest troops, and there are good reason for that, because of their powerful attack. And the biggest problem with them is when you're lower league is that they require just too much time. Maybe it's good to produce one full army of them when you need to make some important attack. For example, if you need a few more trophies to get some achievement done, then you probably make an army of these wizards, because that will make lots of damage to opponent and pick up much percentage. And the production time is just too much. You will probably need to put a full army to be trained and then get back a day later or some on second part of the day or something like that. It's not just doable to play with them on continuous time. So after these two categories for comparison, hello Shania Thakur, by the way, and welcome every one of you who just joined this broadcast. I'm broadcasting live from Belgrade, and I see many people from all over the world joined. And feel free to post something on this chat window. You can use it to send any question you like, enter discussion with other viewers, or just share your base. You can send me tag of your base so I can check it out, maybe have some advice for you or guidance for how to help you about deciding how to play in a fun way for you to enjoy this game. So after two categories, these first four will probably seem like the best option. And when you're a low level player and in lower leagues, this is the I'm sorry for this short break. I had internet connection problem. That's something that couldn't avoid. But anyway, I'm back, Hope this video is stabilized now and broadcast continuing. I finished 2 of these comparisons, and now I will just see if this troop is finishing, and before I start third category of comparison, I will just wait to finish this attack, this one attack that is preparing. Also, by the way, I see that some people joined join this broadcast that regularly follow my channel, and that's great to see, and those people are from all over the world. I didn't know any one of you before I started making this broadcast, and I'm glad that you joined and started following my broadcasts and videos. Also, feel free to check out my channel. Just search content in playlists, and in full see all videos, and you will probably see something that you like, and maybe send me a message if you would want me to make some video that you would want, some topic that you would like to see videos about. And I encourage you to just enter interaction and discussion, and send questions, support, or something that will include you into this whole thing, that you can be active in, not just watching this broadcast, but also in interaction, and that will mean a lot for me. And I will now continue to attack someone and pick up also some base for available resources. This base is probably easy to attack, but let's find something that has resources. Need gold. And the attack is over. I don't think these archers will make any more difference. This town hall will probably resist, since these archer towers are too close, and cannon, and maybe this wizard tower. But anyway, let's let it spend its time to do to the last one of those archers. And that's all. At least something in return. I would say successful attack. And this time let's train this, my favorite arm. So next category that I want to make this comparison of these first seven troop types and make a ranking or overall would be this damage per second. And this is where this barbarian will fall down to the bottom, because they got just 14 damage per second, so I don't have to make any more, just see this information. Only weaker than barbarians are these archers on level 3. These giants are even more powerful than barbarians. Goblins are even to giants. These bombers are little weaker than giants, but stronger than these barbarians, just a little bit, but still stronger. And goblins are equal with these giants. Balloons are just much more powerful, and of course wizards are on the top on this list. So list now starts to go on the other side, and suddenly these giants come to second place, and these goblins are now on third, and these archers fall back. It seems now that these giants are just much useful. But the next category, and that is speed, I will now measure how fast these troops are. So movement speed for barbarians 16, for archers 24, for giant very slow 12, and goblins really fast 32. Wall breakers little slower than goblins, and balloon 10 really slow, the slowest, and wizard not so fast, but not in the category of the fastest goblin. So barbarians are slow army and much slower than archers, and some nuances like movement speed can decide whether some mortars attack will catch them. So next category is these hit points. So barbarians would seem strong because they have 65 hit points. Archers are very weak at 28, and of course giants are excel in this category at 430, goblin 36. As you can see, goblins are a little stronger than archers and require 2 or 3 attacks of mortar to destroy them, and also 2 or 3 attacks of wizard tower. Wall breaker will kill themselves, but they're also very weak, and archer tower will probably destroy them very easily. Balloon is powerful, but you need to make sure that you place a balloon to attack that air defense first, because if he get caught in air defense field, it will be destroyed, and air defense are strong in this game, so don't, when you compare the strength of these troops, you just need to compare also the defense that they are confronting, and I don't know how to include that criteria for comparison, but just discussing and noticing the important stuff. So comparing and ranking first 7 troops is somehow showing the most valuable or the best choices for troops. And these archers, the best thing about them is movement speed combined with training time and training cost. So those stuff will make this archer the most desirable troop, or maybe the second most desirable, because you will probably use giants a lot on these first levels, as I am using these giants a lot. Probably some numbers like this, 10 giants will be useful, and good balance in number of troops. So next comparison to do, maybe just discuss about targets, and I don't need to see this info. First thing, as I said, these wall breakers are specific because they just go on specific target to attack walls on first, and that's why I just left them out of this ranking, and they will probably go on the bottom of this list because they are just too specific to be ranked. And wizards are just troops for higher level players, and if I would make a cut of this list of these slots, and it would show that this right side would be troops for high level players and people who have upgraded their village and are aiming for higher number of trophies, and this left side and low level troops would probably be for low level players and people who are just on low number of trophies and aiming for some achievements and first steps like I did. So the best thing are of course archer and giant combination. These barbarians are just too slow, have that flaw that they cannot attack something beyond the wall without breaking the wall, so they need to break the wall to just attack that object next to the wall from on the other side, and archers can attack above the wall, so they don't need to cross it and destroy it before they attack. So and also these archers attack from bigger distance than these barbarians, and barbarians are usually much more in range of defense, and archers are are troops that are usually far from range of some defense, and you can sometimes use archers to pick out those percentage that are out of reach for defense and make easy build up for percentage. Goblins are just for making lots of resource, but I would say you would need probably a few of these giants or maybe these barbarians. Something that I did is just make 10 of these barbarians and place them around defense so that these goblins would progress through storages to pick up any resource. Wall breakers are probably useful if you use few of them, not too much, and balloons are great for attacking defense, and you just need to make sure you place them to attack air defense first, because if you don't, area splash air defense will just destroy them. You need much powerful balloons to be able to destroy defense, and they are just too expensive. Wizards, maybe one or two of them to be made. They just need too much elixir to be produced, and I didn't find any use of them so far. So that would probably summarize this comparison and this discussion about these troops. If something you would want to add, you can use chat window next to this broadcast, and you can also use comment section down below if you didn't follow this video live as broadcasted. And thank you everyone for watching, for joining this, for sending your support. It really was important for me to be here to watch this broadcast, and I also did this broadcast to save it on my channel for people all across the world. When they search YouTube, some points people will come to this and rewind to some point that they want to see something that they wanted to find some explanation and stuff like that. Maybe use comment section to start their discussion, start some topic on their own, and I also did this daily activity that I do regularly every day on both of these camps. I do this broadcast regularly for about an hour or 2 hours maybe, and you can follow my channel for later content. Check out other videos, of course, like if you like, and let's see where to employ this one builder that's free. Maybe upgrade one of storages if I can. I cannot. I'll just upgrade one of these walls. Walls are always great for spending this gold, and maybe upgrading some of these defenses, such as mortar. let's see recommendation. This recommendation isn't really helpful sometimes for me. I just skip it. And resource collector are probably the easiest choice for these upgrades. So let's see. I cannot upgrade this laboratory, and this wizard is now upgrading, but and when it's get upgraded, it will be really powerful for later usage when I get to higher levels. The most important walls are these on the corners, because they connect multiple cells of this layout. Let's upgrade this spell factory. That is probably a good idea, because I would like also to test one of these other spells and unlock more of them. Anyway, I have something to attack. One army is complete from training. I need resources, so just keeping this, trying to find someone who has at least 100,000, but that's not something that is easy to find. Here it goes, someone has elixir, a lot of elixir, so let's try steal that from him. So after this attack, I done everything I had in my daily activity. I will now say goodbye to every one of you who watched this video, and hope you stay tuned for my later broadcast, and check out my channel for uploaded videos, and good luck every one of you. Bye.